Good evening, one and all. Welcome to Design of Machine Elements Learning Series, Series 1 Fundamentals of Machine Design. Objective of this particular presentation is to understand design, machine design or mechanical engineering design, and design of machine elements. So let us firstly understand what is design. Design is to formulate a plan for a specific need or solve a specific problem. It is a plan that results in creation of something having physical reality. It is an innovative and a highly iterative process. So it is a conversion of an idea into a physical product. The physical product in your hand should have the following properties. It should be functional, it should be safe, it should be usable, it should be reliable, it should be manufacturable, it should be marketable, and it should be competitive. Mechanical engineering design or machine design is defined as the use of scientific principles, technical information, imagination in the description of machine or mechanical system to perform functions with maximum economy and efficiency. As a student of machine design, you should have the knowledge of applied mechanics, strength of materials, theory of machines, material properties, metallurgy, and production techniques. So what are the different phases in design? The different phases of a design process are recognition of need, definition of a problem, synthesis, analysis and optimization, evaluation, and presentation. The design process is a highly iterative process. Please keep in mind. So what is the procedure for designing a machine? The procedure for designing a machine includes the following steps. First is market survey. Second, define specifications of a product. Third, selection of a proper mechanism from the alternate mechanisms available. Fourth, prepare a general layout of the machine. Fifth, design individual components of the machine. And last, prepare assembly drawings and modify drawings after prototype testing. The best example of this particular application is a design of a bicycle. So what is a machine element? A machine element is defined as an element which has motion with some another element. A machine element may comprise of many parts which are manufactured separately. The objective of designing a machine element is to ensure that it preserves its operational capacity during its speculated service life with minimum manufacturing and operating costs. Here you can see an example of a machine element, that is a taper roller bearing. The taper roller bearing itself is made up of n number of parts known as cup, spacer ring, cage, rollers, cone, grease seal, and wear ring. So how are machine elements classified? Machine elements are broadly classified as general purpose machine elements and special purpose machine elements. So the general purpose machine elements are shafts, couplings, clutches, bearings, springs, gears, and machine frames, to name a few. The special purpose machine elements are crankshaft, connecting rod, valves, camshafts, to name a few. So what are the basic requirements of a machine element? The basic requirements of a machine element are: first, it should have strength. A machine part should not fail under the action of force. Second, it should be rigid. The machine element should not bend due to forces and moment acting on it. Third, wear resistance. The machine element should have high wear resistance so that it does not get worn out due to the motion between its parts caused because of friction. The machine element should have minimum dimension and weight, which helps you to evaluate the material cost. Manufacturability. The machine element should be easy to fabricate and to manufacture. Safety. The machine element has to be safe, conform to standards. The machine element should conform to the standards, that is in terms of shape, size, and material. The machine element should be reliable, serve its function throughout its life. The machine element should be maintainable. It should be easily replaceable, repairable, and easy to maintain. And the machine element should have minimum life to cost. So what is the procedure to design a machine element? Following are the steps which should be followed by every mechanical engineering student while designing a machine element. First, Specify the function of the element. Second, determine the forces acting on the element. Third, select suitable material for the element. Fourth, determine failure mode of the element. Fifth, determine geometric dimensions of the element. Sixth, modify the dimensions for assembly and manufacture and check the dimensions at critical cross sections. And the last step, prepare the working drawing of the element. Let us take the example of a transmission shaft. A transmission shaft is a rotating member which is used to support gears or pulleys or sprockets depending on its application. So what is the function of the transmission shaft? The function of this transmission shaft is to transmit torque and support elements like gears or sprockets or pulleys. So what will be the forces acting on the transmission shaft? The forces acting on the transmission shaft will be bending force because of the weight of the element with which it is assembled and the torsional force. So what will be the suitable material for the transmission shaft? Alloyed steel is considered to be a suitable material for the transmission shaft. What will be the failure mode of the element? How will the transmission shaft fail? The transmission shaft will fail because of twisting, because of the torque. If high torque is applied and if the torque goes or if the stress goes beyond the material stress, the transmission shaft will fail. So what will be the dimensions? Important dimensions while designing the transmission shaft. The important dimensions will be the diameters. Second, it will be the length. Next, modify the dimensions for assembly and manufacture. Check dimensions at critical cross sections. Here we need to consider the transmission shaft is in working with which particular machine element, whether it is being assembled with a gear or with a pulley or with a sprocket. Understanding the loads which are coming onto the transmission shaft, understanding the diameters, the geometrical dimensions and tolerances to be considered before making the final manufacturing drawing. And lastly, to prepare the working drawing of the transmission shaft using a CAD software. So till now we have studied about design, machine design, phases of design, what is a machine element, as well as what are the steps of designing a machine element. Now, as a design engineer, you have certain professional responsibilities. So, what are your responsibilities? The first responsibility is to understand the problem thoroughly, understand the need of the customer, understand for what purpose is this particular design is being made. So it is really important that you read thoroughly, refine your problem statement nicely. Second, identify the knowns. Try to collect as much as information is available or known to you, which is relevant for the product design. Third, identify the unknowns and formulate the solution strategy. It is important for you to understand what are the unknowns before arriving to the solution. The information for the unknowns can be gathered from referring design data book, standards, making a flow chart, creating component drawings, making free body diagram, selecting materials from the table. Fourth, state all assumptions and decisions. Real design problems do not have unique solutions. So because the solutions may vary as per the application and the usability of the product. So it is important that all assumptions and decisions are stated before actually manufacturing the product. Fifth, analyze the problem. Based on the assumptions, analyze the problem using CAE softwares or mathematical calculations. Sixth, evaluate your solution. Try to make a rough prototype or two prototypes of your product. Test them, evaluate your solution before going for final conclusion. And lastly, present your solution. Communication skills play a very important role in communicating your solution to your customer. As a design engineer, you should have a growth mindset and because you will be made aware of n number of possibilities where changes need to be made, and you need to go back to the first stage and reiterate your design. So having a growth mindset will help you to understand that whatever solutions you have reached may not be the optimum solutions, but they are not wrong. The optimum solution is yet to be arrived. Following are the references which have been used for designing for making this particular presentation. That is a textbook on design of machine elements, 3rd edition by V.B. Bhandari, a Tata McGraw-Hill publication. A textbook on machine engineering design by Shigley. A detailed the component picture of a taper roller bearing was taken from the temperature profiles of railroad tapered roller bearings with defective inner and outer race published by the following authors at April 2006 Railroad Conference. A textbook on machine design by R.K. Jain, Khanna Publications, and a textbook on design elements by K. Ganesh Babu and K. Sridhar, the 2nd edition of Tata McGraw-Hill Publications. Happy learning. Thank you.